Hi there, underwear fans. This is Underwear Guy, and I thought I'd update you on a pretty massive underwear shopping trip I went on this last weekend. I've been getting a lot of emails and messages from guys that are hoping I would cover some of the more affordable underwear options, and I totally agree that that's a good subject to cover because you see so much focus on all the other sites and blogs about the expensive premium underwear, stuff from Calvin Klein or CN2, Greg Home, and I love all that underwear. But I also recognize that's really expensive for most people, and it's just not necessarily what the mainstream consumer out there is going to be able to pay for. Or it's going to be a super special occasion where they buy that underwear, it's not the daily wear. I went around and looked for stuff that wasn't necessarily white briefs. I thought I would try to focus on some stuff that was more fun, some styles that were definitely a little bit more fashion oriented. And that's just kind of my own personal preference as well. What you're seeing before you is the results. And I went to a lot of the more affordable places like TJ Maxx and Ross and Marshalls, as well as Sears and Kmart. And those were really good options, as well as Kohl's. That was the last one I couldn't remember. And I'll just point out what you see here. And I obviously am not going to review all this right now. I'm just sharing what I purchased. But on the right here, this was actually from Ross. So you can see I got this for just $9.99. And it's a 5-pack of low-rise briefs from US Polo. And I went around and noticed I've seen these at Ross all the time. And I wasn't sure if they were just a discontinued line, but when I stopped at Sears, they sell these at Sears full price. So if you ever are interested in these, I do recommend you try to check for some of those other retailers like Ross or TJ Maxx, because I see these pretty much all the time in all the sizes. I'm not exactly sure how that works because I don't know why you would ever go and pay full price at Sears for this exact same thing, even the print. It's not like this is an outdated print or the packaging is exactly the same as well. So that was kind of interesting. I can't wait to try those out. I went to Kohl's, and this was a 5-pack, and they have in their stores, I think it's an in-house brand, Equipo or Equipo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. You have to forgive me for that. And they had this 5-pack here, which they have some really cool colors. I kind of went with this pattern and solid and striped mix, which looked fun. And this was $22. That's not a bad deal, especially for 100% cotton. I got these in my normal medium. And they were having this last weekend, and they might still have the sale, buy basically any kind of underwear and get a second purchase for half off. So while I was there, I also picked up these Brazilian trunks, which remind me a lot of Pappy underwear. They're made from a polyester spandex blend. I don't exactly remember, there it is, the price. I was going to say I don't remember the price. It's $24, which is again reasonable for some higher end underwear, and it's a 2-pack. So this is a little bit more money being spent, but it's also some really nice underwear with some really unusual patterns, some wild stuff. I picked out this zebra neon green and black print and thought it was fun. I haven't tried them on, obviously, but I'm pretty hopeful these could be a really nice option. So I'll let you know how those turn out. From Kmart, I stopped. I've reviewed these when the site was live back in, I think, 2008 or 9, a long time ago. It's been a long time since I've been talking about underwear, although I've never stopped buying it. And I got the Joe Boxer String Bikinis in this 4-pack. It's 100% cotton. It was $9.99 without tax. And they had some new prints. I hadn't seen this funky skull motif, which looks fun. And I also picked up these Bikini Briefs in the 4-pack. You'll notice I got these in a small. I remember the last time I reviewed Joe Boxer that I felt like it ran large, so I'm going to try and experiment with a size small. If it doesn't fit right, I'll certainly go back and change the review to reflect the fact that they're more true to size, but I'm pretty sure these might fit better in a size smaller than what I normally wear, which is a medium. But we'll see. It's an interesting experiment. I thought I would take an opportunity to do that. I was tempted to try the thong, but I didn't purchase that this time. Maybe sometime soon. This packaging is very consistent. I think this is pretty much the same packaging I saw 4 or 5 years ago, and they haven't really changed it, but I guess there's no reason to mess with what probably works. And then I went back to Sears. I haven't been there in a while, and they have their in-house brand of Covington underwear. I also picked these up in a size smaller than I normally do because I kind of remember reviewing these last time and they also sort of ran large. So we'll see. I got these low-rise briefs and then 5 bikini briefs. It was really hard to actually get the bikini briefs. They're kind of buried. They're having a good sale on these right now, but I was able to dig through and find them. It was quite a picked over selection when I was there. These are both 100% cotton, and you can see I got some solids, and then I also got mixed prints and solids. I do really like the colors here, and the prints are fun. These are both 5-packs. I really like the packaging too. This feels actually pretty high-end and nice quality. We'll see how these turn out, but that's another set. And then last but not least, another Ross. So I went to multiple Ross stores because you can go to one Ross on one side of town and it'll have nothing, and then another one will have a ton more. And they had all the regional Rosses that I went to had the seamless jockey underwear line, and it's a great deal because these were only $3.99, originally around $16. And I have worn these before. These are really great. And certainly at that price, I felt like, why not? I will do probably a more formal review on the site because these have been around for a while. It's a staple of jockey underwear, so it's kind of worth the time and energy to do a more formal review. I got this dusty sort of medium blue color in the brief, and then they had this trunk. They only had trunks in gray, but that's actually a nice color. So I got a boxer brief, and then I also got the I love this color. This is a beautiful blue. Again, $3.99 for the briefs, $7 for the trunk originally. They're saying compare it $16. I don't know if the trunk was that price normally. But they didn't have any of the thong style seamless, which I'd like to try again. I have to probably order from jockey.com because most stores don't stock that style. That's probably that's not considered mainstream enough at this time to be able to get it in a store. But there's the whole range of underwear I bought. I know it's kind of crazy, but that's me. And otherwise, why would I be running a website if I weren't totally into underwear and buying a ton of it all the time, right? So I will check all this out. I'll probably do a lot of these in video review, but I'll try to do also the more formal reviews on my site. I have a huge backlog of reviews now that I have to get through, so it might take a while. The video reviews are a little quicker for me because I don't have to do all the more careful writing that I can just talk through on video. I'd be curious to know if there's one style or manufacturer that you would want me to focus on, because right now I'm not sure where to start. I have some ideas of what I'd like to do, but maybe if you can tweet me, email me, or comment in videos, I'd be happy to prioritize some over the other. I know some of these are more regional based, and maybe some of you can't drop by some of the stores as easily as I can, so maybe you have some ideas of what you'd like to know more about before you go out there and try to buy something. Well, for now, this was my latest underwear haul, and I hope it was kind of interesting for you to see everything. And I'm sure I'll talk to you guys later. Check out my site, mensunderwearguy.com, and there you'll find more reviews and articles and everything about men's underwear. Thanks for listening.